Hare Krishna. Welcome to Transcendental Thursday Special Association. Today we're going to discuss about the Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj ki Jai. Because of such leaders, today we are able to practice Sanatana Dharma. It's a tribute we want to play to such great leaders who sacrifice their life for protecting Dharma and allowing people to practice Sanatana Dharma. Based on the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, what Bhagavad Gita speaks about Kshatriya principles and Sanatana Dharma, let us dive deep into the details of the sacrifice made by Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj and life lessons from this episode. Before that, let us seek the blessings of our spiritual master before we start. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I was touched and moved when I first got to know about the sacrifice done by Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. I was thinking, contemplating that when this will be made into a movie, and fortunately they have made into a movie, there are a lot of things we can learn from his valor, his bravery, his courage, his chivalry, his steadfastness, his never bowing down attitude. That's the spirit of a Kshatriya. There are 7 qualities of a Kshatriya which Krishna speaks in the Bhagavad Gita. The first principle which I want to teach or I want to share is, in spite of all this brutal torture, he was not able to budge an inch because Kshatriyas tolerate the pain. Just like Karna was tolerating the pain of the bite of the scorpion, his guru could identify that he's not a son of a Brahmana. A Brahmana cannot tolerate the pain. He's a Kshatriya, and that's a different story. So the nature of a Kshatriya, he tolerates. So Krishna also in the Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, 14th verse, he tells, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada agama paina anityasta tam titikshasva bharata. Just like you have summer, you will have winter. Sukha and dukkha will come. But Bharata, my dears, descendant of Bharata, Arjuna, you have to tolerate. In the same way, life will throw a lot of challenges, lot of difficulties, lot of pain. We need to tolerate those things. We should not get disturbed by what's happening with us. It will happen. You will have your health giving up. You will have your circumstances not favorable. But you should never give up your Krishna consciousness. Chanting 16 rounds is a compulsion part of it. Take inspiration from CHHAAVA. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, how he was determined not to give up dharma. He was offered the whole kingdom, one exclusive kingdom, but he didn't fell prey for it. He could have become still the Sambhaji of that area, but he never accepted that. In the same way, our mind, our senses will offer lot of allurements, lot of enticements. But we should understand, we should tolerate that. If you keep on satisfying those unwanted desires, unwanted allurements, unwanted urges, you will never be satisfied. You will never be at peace. Forget of being happy. A Kshatriya means he tolerates. In the same way as a spirit soul practicing Krishna consciousness, the first principle, tolerate. The urges will be there. If you don't tolerate, then you're gone. It's like an itching sensation. If you keep on itching, some sense of pleasure will be there while doing itching. But eventually that will result in a scar, and that will result in a bloodshed. We have to suffer for that. You have to tolerate. Tolerate is the first principle which we should learn from the sacrifice made by Sambhaji Maharaj. He could tolerate the pain. He could handle those such atrocities because he knew, because of the culture, because of the training given by Jijabai, that I am not the body, I am spirit, soul. Life lesson number 2. I am not the body, I am spirit, soul. It is easy said than done. We have to act on the plane of spirit, soul. These 2 instructions, this is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. 2.13, Krishna says, Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jana tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra na muyate. Dhira. Tatras na muyate. He doesn't get bewildered by such a change. You have old age body, you have a youthful body, you have a childhood body. But the soul remains the same. When you die, it is the soul which migrates into the body, another body. The body is not you. You are not the body. You are spirit. Body is just the vehicle. If you're attached to the vehicle, then anything happens to the vehicle will affect you. But if you're not attached to the vehicle, you are attached to the self. You'll be worried about the self. And you'll take care of the self. In the same way, you have to take care of the self, not the body. Body is going to be destroyed one day or the other. It doesn't mean that you should not take care of your body. As a matter of duty, because Sambhaji Maharaj was in that consciousness, the pain, he couldn't feel that. Even mundane people, if they're not in the bodily consciousness, they're able to overcome the pain of the torture of the body. And what to speak of spiritualists who thoroughly, strongly believe and act on the platform of spirit soul. Just like Swami Prabhupada, he was on his deathbed, he was going through a lot of pain and struggle because of the depleted condition. But what was his consciousness? He was conscious of Krishna. Even on his deathbed, with only bone and skin, he was translating Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 13th chapters, verses. That's what consciousness matters. Because body is not what we are. The spirit behind the body, mind and intellect and the ego is what we are. This is the second life lesson we should understand. And the physical torture what they have given to him is unparalleled. For the movie couldn't even do justice for the torture what he went through. 40 days. 40 days. I'll share a small clip of it. Please watch this small clip and then we'll discuss what was the kind of physical torture Sambhaji Maharaj had to go through to just watch this clip and come back. We'll discuss on this. It's so painful. And did you saw that? That's the trait of a leader. He goes through a lot of difficulties, pain, trouble, but he never gives up. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita speaks about the duty and responsibility of a leader, the Kshatriya, the administrator, the martial class of people. Heroism. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj displays it. 120 wars, not even a single war he got defeated. At the age of 16, he got his first war won. At the age of 16, he fought the Britishers, he fought the Portuguese, he fought the Mughals. Son of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. His mother passed away at the age of 2. His grandmother, the mother of Shivaji Maharaj, she taught the third life lesson we have to learn at an young age. Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj is Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. The leadership qualities they have got is because of the training what their mother and grandmother gave them. Jijabai. Heads off to those great women who taught such principles to these great leaders, Shivaji Maharaj and Sambhaji Maharaj. Unparalleled. How did she train them? By teaching the stories of Mahabharata, Ramayana, our Vedic literatures. We don't read a Vedic literatures. Those women who are watching this, those mothers who are watching this, it's important. It's important. Let the kids not watch this animation, Cartoon Network, so-called YouTube lullabies. Let them read, let them hear the glorious literatures of Ramayana and Mahabharata, so that these traits can be brought into their lives. And that's what's done by Jijabai. So training has to begin at a young age. Swami Prabhupada is teaching all of us. We couldn't get trained as a kid. We are born up watching all these Bollywood movies, Hollywood movies, and all those so-called rubbish animation, cartoons. But when I came in touch with Srila Prabhupada, even at the later stage of our youthfulhood, we got transformed, because that is the power of association of a pure devotee. Jijabai could transform his son and grandson to such a great leader. Similarly, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya given by Swami Prabhupada, his literatures, his books, if we can read and if we can propagate these books, then we can create leaders in every nook and corner of our world, where people get admired by the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and cultivate lives based on that. It's an important role done by every devotee. Not only himself read and develop his consciousness, but also share this message with others. Just like Jijabai taught these two great leaders, in the same way, it's a duty of Krishna consciousness movement to teach the whole world this message of Krishna consciousness. How do we do that? Distributing this Srila Prabhupada's books. We ourselves understanding it, reading it, is practicing it in our own life, and then sharing with others. What Jijabai did to these two great leaders, we can do to whole civilization. Just these two books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and Chaitanya, they will transform the whole mankind. It will flood the whole civilization with the fire of Krishna consciousness. There will be happiness, bliss everywhere. What Shivaji Maharaj and Shambhaji Maharaj fought physically, we have to have a different set of fight. It's a fight of ideology. It's a fight of understanding the reality. It's an intellectual fight. It's a fight of what you call as civilization subversion, to overcome the civilization subversion done by so many other things. So we need to train ourselves intellectually. Heroism, power. Power is very important. That's what Krishna wanted, the most powerful personality as a Vaishnava to be rule the world. Unless Vaishnavas rule the world, you'll not have any peace and prosperity. One of the trait of a Kshatriya, his ruler or a leader, is determination. He has to be determined to follow the rules and regulations. It's applicable to all of us who are practicing Krishna consciousness. We have to be determined to follow. Mind will go astray. Senses will argue. Sense object will capture us. We have to bounce back. Of course, we'll have our ups and downs. We have to bounce back. That's a reality. Take shelter of your senior Vaishnavas. Take shelter of teachings of Srila Prabhupada. Associate with devotees. Bounce back. That determination comes when we seriously follow the 4 regulations. The regulation which Jijabai taught is also put in simple words in Krishna conscious terminologies. No intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, no meditating. When you follow this 4 principles, you become leader of this class. You'll have determination of this stature, where your nails are removed, your eyes are plugged, your tongue is cut into pieces, your skin is you're skinned alive, your body is cut into pieces, thrown into the river, your body with blood oozing out is rubbed with salt and chili powder, and still unwavering, unmoved, untouched consciousness. I'm not the body, I'm spirit, soul, fighting for the cause. Allurement was there, except Islam, give up Sanatana Dharma, release then and then. Never. Determined. 16 ounce करके रहेगा मैं, कुछ भी हो प्रभुपाद के शेल्टर छोड़ेगा नहीं मैं. बहुत सारे गुरुस आएंगे जाएंगे, अल्यूरमेंट्स देंगे, नहीं इधर आ जाओ. नेवर. प्रभुपाद है, थे और रहेंगे. And he is my spiritual master. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That should be our determination. Courage in the battle. You should have courage. Every day is a battle for us. It's a battle. It's a war against Maya. When you take up Krishna consciousness, it's a war against Maya. And anyone who takes it lightly gets shot, dead. And who was the responsible person for CHHAAVA or Sambhaji Maharaj to be caught? Or even in the history of the Indian kings or Rajputs, who were responsible for them to get defeated? It is just their own kinsmen, own relatives who gave them the information to the Aurangzeb or others. In the same way, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, life lesson number N, it's going to be our own relatives, our own dear and ones, who will stop us from coming to Krishna consciousness, who will stop us from going to Hare Krishna temple, who will stop us from going to Vrindavan trip, who will badmouth about our Hare Krishna Mandir, who will badmouth about Bhagavad Gita, who will badmouth about ISKCON. They will stop us from taking up Krishna consciousness seriously. Identify these peoples. So we have to have a courage. These are the traits of Kshatriya, leader. Courage in the battle. And our courage is not dependent on our courage. Our courage is dependent on Krishna. We are like Arjun, a small fish compared to Timinglash. His grandson, Parashit Maharaj, told Shukadev Goswami, my grandfather was a small fish compared to Timinglash, but he could overcome all those Timinglash because he had surrendered unto you, because of your protection, Krishna. So our courage is on the firm conviction that Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwas E Palanam, come what may, Krishna will surely protect me. Because he has given the contract of protecting my soul, my consciousness, not the body. Body will go astray, body will get destroyed, body will be finished, diseases will come. Body is meant to get destroyed. But the consciousness is what has to be protected, what needs to be cultured, what needs to be conserved, what needs to be changed into Krishna consciousness and maintained. And that's what Krishna assures us. And generosity, we should be extremely generous in giving Krishna consciousness to others. This is a leader's duty of a true leader. Leader means one who gives protection. Kshat means being hurt, who gives protection to citizen from being harmed. And today you see the leaders, everybody is getting hurt. He's very charitable. No, if somebody questions him, for fighting, he'll never run away from the battlefield. That's why we should be ready for the battle any moment. For Krishna conscious devotees, battle, we are on the battle. We are in the war. In the war. And one who sweats during the training will bleed less in the war. The sweating happens in the morning hours. Sweating happens in the morning hours. 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock is our sweating hours. Your 16 rounds, your Mangalarti, your chanting, your reading, if you do it, and throughout the day, you will not be affected. You will not be bled by any weapon. Bring it on. That's why Maya attacks our morning programs. That's why we should be very careful to make sure that our morning training happens. One who sweats during the training will bleed less in the war. So we have to be very careful. This is one thing which I implore, because that conviction to fight, the conviction to win over, the conviction to tolerate, the conviction to understand that I am not the body, I am spirit soul, comes because of this morning program. That's a strength, that's a ammunition which we'll carry. Otherwise, we'll be shot. We'll be shot everywhere. Now, if you analyze Chhatrapati Shambhaji Maharaj's contribution, because he stopped the expansion of Islamic role in India. His father, he himself and his other brothers and children later on established the entire Mughal Empire. And they rejuvenated the temples. They rejuvenated the temples in the southern part of India. They established the Sanatana culture. So we need to cultivate such leaders. Tomorrow, all of you who are watching this, who are creating Krishna consciousness, will become leaders in different walks of life. You may be a doctor, engineer, bureaucrat. So where if your consciousness is of that of Krishna consciousness, then you will behave, act accordingly. That's why a generation of people has to be brought up. So for that, teachings of Srila Prabhupada is very imperative. If more and more people take up to this power, it can happen. And imagine, Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, this is the most important point which I want to drive away from this today's class. Yad acharati shreshta tad tad evatarochana. Whatever a great man does, common man will follow. And imagine if we can influence these great people, shreshtas of the society, then the whole world will follow. And it's a democracy, no problem. If majority of the people becomes Krishna consciousness, we change the policy of the government. And unless and until the government is involved, the rulers are involved, the leaders are involved, we cannot propagate the message of Krishna consciousness to the whole world. We were sharing giving prasadam to everyone who visits in a small donna of khichdi. That was our aukat and capacity. But when we tied up with the government, when the government agency were involved with us, we are able to provide 23 lakh plates of food every day. That's the power of the government. So that's why leaders has to be influenced. You influence the influencers, or you influence the whole masses to influence the influencers. In either way, we have to preach. Common denominator is preaching. Yare deko tare kaho. Krishna Upadesh, either to the leaders or the masses or the students, preach the message of Krishna consciousness. When this message gets into it, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra gets into it, then there will be transformation. I'll give an example of Islamic expansion. If you search on Google, how from the Middle East, how they expanded the entire Middle East. Turkey was a Christian nation. Iran was Persia. Iraq was Mesopotamia. Afghanistan, Kandahar, Sindhu, Desh, Hamara, Pakistan, Gaudiya Desh, Bangladesh, even in African countries, even in the European nations, even in other parts of the world, in just 2-3 generations, I don't remember the countries' names, but they have transformed the whole civilization into Islamic civilization. But in India, in spite of 800 plus years of rule, in spite of the so-called secularistic government, they couldn't, in that sense, change the demography. Of course, in certain pockets, they have been successful, and they are no serious threat to practice of Krishna consciousness in that sense. But they're not able to do it because of, thanks to such a great leaders like Shambhaji Maharaj and Shivaji Maharaj. They could stop those atrocities physically, grossly. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us in a very different way. That is the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even when he was physically present, there was opposition for his Sankirtana. None other than the Chandakasi, the Muslim ruler of that part of the world. And then, this is the most important thing, he gave the message of Krishna consciousness. He convinced logically, intelligently, the importance of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in fact, of philosophy of Krishna consciousness, and he agreed for that. And even today, that tract of land, that part of the world, the Chandkazi Samadhi is there, and people visit there and they chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And even the descendants of that family still chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Nama Acharya of Hare Krishna movement, Gaudiya Vaishnavism, is a Mohammedan. Haridas Thakur is born in a Brahminical Mohammedan family. Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami were ministers in Nawab Hussain Shah. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't require force of violence, force of perversion, force of proselytizing to change people to their religion. The beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Harinam, 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 and Prasadam, Prasadam, Prasadam. By these two powerful weapons, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu won the heart of everyone. And that two weapons were taken by our spiritual master to the whole world. Because that tract of land which Shambhaji Maharaj and Shivaji Maharaj protected from Aditainas were again lost to Britishers, were again lost to secularists. And nobody in India was interested in Sanatana Dharma. At least there were certain people in those times when these great leaders were there, they wanted Swaraj. They want Hinduvi Swaraj. And there were people supporting. But in Prabhupada's case, when 65, 60s, 50s, 40s, nobody was interested in India. The beauty of Swami Prabhupada is he went to the land of Westerners. And there he shared this timeless Vedic wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, Hare Krishna Mahamantra and love feast, not by force, not by torture, not by perversion, not by proselytizing, just with pure love of Krishna, the power of holy name. He made them chant Hare Krishna mantra. He made them have prasadam, and he transformed their heart, which was full of anarthas. hatred, lust, greed, and anger with love of Krishna. That's a beauty. And Prabhupada's spiritual master is called as Lion Guru. He never compromised. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj called as Simha Guru. And his dearmost disciple is called CHHAAVA. Srila Prabhupada, Vishwa Guru, is a cub of a lion. He's a real CHHAAVA. Without even physically being present everywhere, he's transforming the hearts of the people by prasadam and chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And we, his disciples, should become even more serious and get this determination and vigorously go out in that spirit, propagate the message of Krishna consciousness. There will be obstacles, there will be challenges. The obstacles will come from our own family members, from our own community. In Mahakumbh, when Srila Prabhupada was given Vishwa Guru, there were so many people who were not happy with that. They were telling how come, so many things they were telling. But that doesn't stop. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was put into difficulty because of so-called Sanatanis. And Prabhupada also had to go through all these things. Even now also we'll go through difficulties. But our determination to serve Srila Prabhupada, spread this message, has to go on, and it'll go on. And we'll use anything and everything in the service of the Lord. Those times we had, Sambhaji Maharaj had those forts and weaponaries and strategies. The same with all the best strategies is given to us by Swami Srila Prabhupada. And these two powerful strategies no fort can be stop our strategy from getting penetrated. Prasadam and the holy name. In every nook and corner. Prithvite achi nagaradi gramadi sarvatra prachare hoibe moranam. It's a prophecy. And prophecy is already fulfilled by Swami Srila Prabhupada. And remaining filling has to be done by his disciples. That's all. And keeping him as a center, keeping him as Vishwaguru, we're going to do it. And we need young, talented, high pedigree devotees to take it up seriously and help this cause. It may be Islamic country, non-Islamic country. You may say, Swamiji, you have done this in Bangladesh and you got brutally thrashed by the people there. It's only a phase. After Sambhaji Maharaj got brutally killed, what happened? What happened to the Marathas? What happened to the Marathas? What did they do? What did they do? The same, anyone who's heard the sorry state of affairs of ISKCON in Bangladesh, you should get fired up. It's only a phase. It's already prophesied that every nook and corner, this holy name of Krishna will be chanted. It's only a matter of time. Downfalls will be there, shortages will be there. There will be delay in the fulfilling the prophecy, but rest assured, this is going to happen. But if we are seriously following it, then we will be the instrumental cause for that thing to happen. So we will use everything and anything in the service of the Lord. Just like I was telling about the Britishers. So Britishers had a different civilization subversion. They introduced English, they introduced Christianity, they changed our literature's meaning, original intent. That's a fight we had to go through. And Prabhupada, when he went to the West, because English was thrown upon us. Today I'm speaking in English. But it doesn't mean that we are hating again English or anything Western or any gadgets or technology as untouchable. No, we are not like that. That's the beauty of the Goswamis, which have given this philosophy of Yukta Vairagya. Prabhupada engaged anything and everything in the service of the Lord. He went to the he went to the West, and he engaged even Britishers in the service of the Lord. One instance when Prabhupada was there in London, and there was an initiation ceremony, and there was an instance of Independence or Republic Day, and Prabhupada was very in a casual mode with all humility. He was talking that Mahatma Gandhi drove away the Britishers from India, and he's revered and respected so much. And today you have the one who was doing Chamar, and the one who was doing Vengeance was from the Great Britain. And Prabhupada asked, who is great? Me or Gandhi? So the best of the technology, the revolution what's happening in AI, machine language, the software, the Internet of Things, everything is meant for the service of the Lord. So all those devotees who are hearing this, take it seriously and do it for the Lord. Challenges will be there, difficulties will be there, problems will be there, and this Atatainas will come and hurt us. They will be religious, but we should be duty bound like this Sambhaji Maharaj and Shivaji Maharaj, who have gave up their life for protecting Sanatana Dharma. We should also give up our life for spreading the message of the Lord, and that will make us ourselves glorious and the whole civilization glorious. This is what I want to say based on what has happened from the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. This is why I could put it in papers. CHHAAVA, Srila Prabhupada, his spiritual master, Lion Guru Simha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.